So let's check Ross's injuries out. And yeah, he had a couple of weeks, but nothing that's gonna be the reason behind. We know now Arsenal, from McShane and Gal, what they've done in terms of, let's just see who's playing centre mid. Ross started playing him for the tail end of last season, but he's played there again. Look, he's as if he played the last game. But I just don't think he's good enough to start for Arsenal. I'm afraid Ross could have been, but not now. This guy's amazing. Look, he's 19. We weren't this good when we were 19. Plays up front. Finishing of 19 at the age of 19. He's just a fake Argentinian player that the game's created since in the database. Alright, what was I going to do? We'll move on to the next person. We'll follow Ross. We'll keep a close eye. We won't watch any of the games or anything because that tournament's week. And even if he does play for Scotland in that could count as a friendly. So there still might be a manoeuvre for England to get him back. That hasn't changed to a Scottish flag or anything. But it'd be a shame considering he played so many games under 21. And his ambition was just to get the England cap. But now let's go on to the next one. Archibald Beasley injured. No, not with the World Cup. Hopefully it hasn't, not too long. That's going to keep him out. It's annoying. I've got a feeling he'd be fit for the World Cup, but not fit enough to make the squad in terms of when they select it. So Ireland going to be without Bono. Myself and Bono not playing, missing the World Cup. Anyway, let's just see how he's gone at Hull. He's played a lot more games. Remember, he did have that broken leg to overcome. So he's bounced back. His average rating hasn't been great, but Hull are obviously a very defensive team, and that's where they're playing him. They're negating his going forward attributes, and they're focusing on things he wasn't that great at, to be honest, which was the defensive side of his game. But he has improved the defensive side a little bit. He is well-rounded, so to speak. But he hasn't really kicked on in the attacking sense, just because they haven't trained him that way. But he's a solid Prem winger now. He's above average, but he's not gonna be devastating or reach the heights. How long is his contract? So I think you've signed an extension. Yeah, I think you had 1 year left, so they've tied you down again. You must be gutted about missing the World Cup. Oh, that's quite good. They tell you where you get your goals and stuff now, rather than going into all people. I could just click there. First international goal against Qatar. Shame he couldn't play in Qatar for the World Cup. 11 caps, 2 goals. Hopefully this is not another long injury. It's a hamstring, so they're normally 2 months. It's a bad time to get it. What with the World Cup? So he's already been out for 5 weeks, and he's still got another 6 weeks to come. So he broke the leg. He came back in start of pre-season, got an injury that not missed him any game time. He would have just come back just at the start of the season. So this is the only injury he's really had this season, but it's just unfortunate that one of us is going to miss the World Cup for injury again. I know your pain, Bono. I've missed the World Cup and the Euros because of it. It's frustrating now to watch the games, seeing John, Connor, Gal, McShane there. We've never got the famous famous back five together at any time. There's still time. We're still only 24, but we've only really got one World Cup now left in me and Bono. Got to make the most of it. But on the whole, yeah, it's good. Where did Hull finish? 12th. So it's probably the right team for Bono. It's just a shame they're not more attacking minded. They're very defensive by the looks of things. But he's not going to improve now. I think that's a lot with Beasley. This will just be him. He can just get less injuries, maybe move team just to play for a more exciting club. But obviously demand games. That'd be better for him. So that's Bono for you. Just check his personal details. Where was he playing? So they're mainly playing him here, which wasn't his natural position. I made him to be an attacking. Anyway, we'll move on to probably Baldwin now on Monday. Right. James finishing Baldwin, still at City. International duty with the Republic of Ireland squad. Oh, this is brilliant. This is justice. England missed a trick. So yes, we've got Bono's come back. He's seen the dark side and he shunned it. Delighted to have picked up his first cap. England fucked up by not picking him. So we lost one in Bono and me, but we picked up one in Baldwin. Could have had Mills, I suppose. But this is absolutely. I'm happy with this now. Ireland got a good attacking threat. If they can play him as an attacking winger as well. 14 starts, 1 goal, 4 assists. Disappointing, but I think City are playing him more like a Milner, just that defensive winger, wide man. But for Ireland, he might. They'll probably play him defensive well, just because Ireland are quite defensive. But he does have goals in him. That's good. Disappointing, didn't play more. Let's see who's playing left wing for City. Baldwin played the last game there, but they've got people now I haven't heard of. Michel Rossi. I've heard of him, Sheiji Ojo. But just trying to think, this would be a really good World Cup because we've got so many of us at England and Ireland. But I'm surprised that England didn't cap him earlier when he was younger. He was so prolific at under 21. He just got fed up of waiting. Ireland moved in. Charmed him. Probably forgot he was even English, just knowing his memory. Oh, really? His contract's got a couple of years. I want him to leave City. Just leave City, play for a really middle Prem team, and just smash it. We obviously know what City have done on the achievements. Check his injuries out. Good injury, yeah, nothing too bad. So we've got Connor, Gal, John, McShane, Baldwin, 5 going to the World Cup. Just in good time as well. When did he get his most recent cap? It doesn't say. Normally it does say. But it will say for Beasley anyway. He can speak basic Italian. A lie is a lie. Ciao does not count as basic Italian. Alright. So where can he improve? He's not really going to improve now at this age, but surprised that didn't go up more. He's still very nice, still well above average player, but didn't hit the heights going to too big a club too soon. Move on to the attackers. Newcastle, Custance, wanted by 3 clubs. We'll see if Newcastle got relegated or anything like that. But he's had 8 England games, 1 goal. But he is not with the England team. It was weird how they capped him when he was in the Championship. But I think his finishing's improved. I think he has got a bit better. So he played as many games. But remember, I thought he'd play more games and get more goals in the Prem. But he's played more games, got similar sort of goal returns. Disappointing. Even if Newcastle are a bit rubbish, probably. Where did they finish? They got relegated again. Just a classic yo-yo team. Up and down, up and down. So he'll be back in the Championship probably. That's why he's wanted. Hopefully he'll be able to force a move. See the achievements. Just relegated. Got into Newcastle's best 11. He's too big for the Championship now. Just probably does want to move. We'll check out who's interested in him. Villa, Fulham. They'd be quite good if he could get to them. Villa, Fulham, West Ham. But I'm assuming they're all Prem teams. Any injuries? No, fairly good. He's had 6 weeks out there, but just don't understand why he's not getting more goals, considering he has great finishing and great